Well, Tom would be 100 years old this year. He is from last century. He fought in World War II. He was a navigator, World War II. He's a mathematics whiz, and so he knew quite a good bit about mathematics, and they made him a bombardier and navigator on bombers in World War II. That always struck a responsive chord with me because my dad was a World War II fighter pilot and night fighters, and so I kind of gravitated towards people who had the same background. First met him, it was interesting because I was a student at Harding taking Christian evidences, and I took a course under Don Shackelford, who was teaching the courses there, and he sped read 50 books to prepare for the course because that wasn't his field, Christian evidences. But he said, well, if any of you are really interested in learning this from the master, Thomas Warren is teaching at Harding Graduate School. So when I graduated from Harding, I enrolled at Harding Grad School and majored under him and minored under Earl West, and got a good education there. That's not the end of our relationship. We had a relationship that was ongoing after we got out of graduate school, but during that time I learned a lot from him about how to approach the whole issue of apologetics. And at that time, he was one of the few that was actually doing that. Atheism was, and agnosticism and skepticism of all sorts was kind of ruling the roost. There were very, very few people who were doing anything about it, and he was one of the few that actually was trying to do something about it. So probably remember the famous debate he had with Anthony Flew in 1976, and then his debate with Wallace Matson in 78. And those debates were only a couple of which he was going to have. His health was failing, and so he had some other debates that were planned and some others that were on the drawing board to have, and never materialized because his health wouldn't permit it, or their health wouldn't permit it. It kind of worked that way too. So, but in any case, he was on the front line of the battlefield, and he taught several of the rest of us to do that same thing. He pioneered a group of people called IACT, Institute for the Advancement of Christian Theism. The idea behind that was to pair as many people together who had that interest and had that ability to get on the front line in debating, writing, preaching, teaching, apologetics, so that we could at least be holding our own and teaching the next generation. We all were invited to come and give 5-minute presentations, and there were 60 of us, I think, at the first meeting. And he said once, and he was kind of a funny guy, he was a little humorous about it all. He said, if you guys can do this much and this good in 5 minutes time, don't let your brethren know, they'll cut you down in your preaching time. So, and always struck me as kind of funny. I had quite a number of personal dealings with him, outside the classroom. Very congenial person, very encouraging man. He tried to always encourage us, but he was focused on the logical side of things.